In the headlines of this hour on VTV News, Vietnamese Prime Minister sets targets for the railway sector in 2024. And later on, military aircraft crashes in Quang province, and fortunately, the pilot safely ejected. In our world news, China's to strengthen self-reform in the battle against corruption.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is currently 8 a.m. local time, and you are tuning in to 30 minutes of VTV News. I'm Dylan Lê with the latest updates. Now, on Tuesday morning, State President Võ Văn Thưởng appointed 18 ambassadors and assigned tasks to the ambassadors and heads of Vietnamese representative agencies abroad for the 2024 to 2027 term. Upon receiving the decision from the state president, the ambassadors and heads of representative agencies expressed their strong commitment to representing Vietnam's prestigious position in the international arena. Their main goal is to carry out their tasks and make every effort to seek opportunities to promote cooperative relations between Vietnam and other countries and partners. The state president hopes that the ambassadors will diligently follow the instructions of General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng given at the recent 32nd diplomatic conference so that they can contribute to paving new directions towards peace environment for the country's development. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính attended the conference on the 2024 business plan of Vietnam's Railways Corporation on Tuesday afternoon. During the conference, the Prime Minister specifically addressed challenges and outlined goals for the railway sector in the year 2024. More in the following story.
Before attending the conference, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính paid a working visit to Hanoi railway station to assess infrastructure. In 2023, the railway sector launched creative initiatives like Railway, Floral Path, and hosts events like the Creative Design Festival in Hanoi. In 2023, railway transport marked its second consecutive profitable year, achieving nearly 102% of the overall revenue plan for the Vietnam Railways Corporation. The Prime Minister hailed the Vietnam Railways Corporation for its innovations and achievements. Despite recognizing its strengths, he highlighted existing challenges, urging a collective effort to revitalize the railway sector. The Prime Minister emphasized the need for innovative thinking, strategic vision, and decisive action to achieve breakthroughs, aligning with party resolutions. The Prime Minister urged a focused effort in the railway sector, emphasizing industry development, operational efficiency, and service quality. He also highlighted three restructuring priorities.
It is emphasized to implement contemporary management practices aligned with Vietnam's conditions and the functions of the corporation. Additionally, there is a focus on restructuring railway industry assets and finances for increased effectiveness and value. The third aspect of restructuring involves optimizing organizational structure, staffing levels, and aligning personnel with market economics and competitive principles to ensure efficient operations.
The Prime Minister urged tight collaboration between ministries, localities, and the Vietnam Railways Corporation to revitalize existing initiatives and incorporate emerging sectors like digital transformation and green conversion in transportation. The goal is to achieve higher added value and enhanced international cooperation. The Prime Minister aims for superior results in 2024 compared to 2023 in the railway sector.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has recently signed and issued Resolution Number 2 of the government, which outlines key tasks and solutions to improve the business environment and enhance national competitiveness in 2024. The government emphasizes that ministries, central agencies, and localities must prioritize the reform and improvement of the business environment. They should make genuine efforts to address difficulties and remove obstacles in legal institutions and enforcement for businesses. The government also requires that ministries, branches, and localities develop and publish programs, action plans, and specific documents to implement this resolution before January the 20th. Additionally, they should engage in regular dialogue with people and businesses to promptly gather feedback on policies and address difficulties and problems. It is also important to review and adjust inspection and examination plans to prevent duplication or overlap and avoid hindering or causing difficulties for business operations. On Tuesday morning, the National Assembly Standing Committee, chaired by National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ, discussed and provided feedback on the explanation and revision of the amended draft land law. Members of the National Assembly Standing Committee commended the drafting agencies and verification agencies for their efforts in studying and incorporating the opinions of National Assembly deputies and the public. The committee suggested that the Economic Committee collaborate closely with the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, as well as other agencies of the National Assembly and relevant entities, to further review and ensure comprehensive and convincing explanations of the National Assembly's opinions in the future. On Tuesday, Politburo member and permanent member of the Party Central Committee's Secretariat and head of the Party Central Committee's Organization Commission, Phie Mai, attended the conference to summarize the work in 2023 and deploy 2024 tasks. At the conference, she praised the results that the committee had achieved in the past year. In 2023, the Central Economic Commission had advised and submitted to the Politburo and the Secretariat important projects and reports, such as Resolution 19 on renovating the organizational system of public service units, projects on implementing Resolution 41 on development of the oil and gas industry. In 2024, Politburo member Phie Mai requested the Central Economic Committee to closely follow the assigned tasks, especially advising on immediate and long-term strategies and grasping new issues as they arise. She urged the Central Economic Committee to evaluate the domestic and world context, thereby contributing to the implementation of the country's socio-economic development goals. The government has just issued Resolution Number 1 about the implementation of the Socio-Economic Development Plan for 2024, emphasizing proactive monetary policy as a key solution for meeting the capital needs of the economy. To streamline the process, the central bank has allocated the entire credit limit to commercial banks at the beginning of the year, simplifying loan procedures for businesses and individuals.
Needing an extra $240,000 for 2 new projects, the automation solutions provider received swift online approval and disbursement from the bank.
Uploading documents takes just 5 to 10 minutes. I quickly receive notifications for any missing information and can complete the process within 1 to 2 hours for loan disbursement.
With an early credit limit allocation, this bank swiftly commits over half its total to small and medium-sized businesses. Some loans may not require collateral if businesses show strong cash flow.
With a credit limit of more than $600,000, customers can simply submit proposals online or through mobile apps, with approval in as little as 5 minutes.
This bank, with a credit growth limit nearly double that of the previous year, has quickly allocated funds for seasonal sectors during the Lunar New Year and the first quarter.
Our bank has been assigned a substantial credit growth rate of over 12% this year. We plan to implement a 2% credit growth in the first quarter, prioritizing on exports, investments, and consumer loan sectors.
Commercial banks are actively considering various scenarios to raise capital, both short-term and long-term, to meet the targeted credit growth for the year.
We actively plan to meet the state bank's requirements for capital adequacy, ensuring the demand for short, medium, and long-term credit disbursement.
Aiming for a 15% credit growth in 2024, an estimated $82 billion will be injected into the economy this year.
Coming up next on VTV News. Vietnamese lose $16.2 billion to online fraud. And later on, military aircraft crashes in Quang province and the pilot safely ejects. Welcome back to VTV News. In 2023, online scams have caused economic damage to the tune of $16.2 billion in Vietnam. That is one of the highlights in the recent Global Anti-Scam Alliance or Gaza report. Shocking reveals about online scams and their operations in Vietnam have been delivered in great detail. More to follow.
The Gaza report indicates that one-third of victims were scammed out of an average loss of 17.7 million VND per victim. According to the Vietnamese anti-fraud community, Vietnam lost a total of $16.2 billion to online scams. The number of victims is on the rise. The methods for scamming have also gotten increasingly sophisticated. In one bust, people who fall victim to fake online jobs applications will be forced out of their home country to enter a fraud ring and continue the criminal act. It is a very notorious scam in Vietnam.
Criminals get a hold of victims' personal information and use it against them in sophisticated scams. As victims freak out and try to retrieve what they have lost, the said criminals will impersonate competent authorities, police, and lawyers to double scam them.
Vietnamese people spend significantly more time online compared to the global average, but their awareness of online security is relatively lower. That's why raising awareness in online scams is of utmost importance.
It is believed that online scammers have found for themselves a safe haven in Vietnam. Experts have also pointed out in their reports and recommendations that the most common form of scam in Vietnam is the disguised recruitment of online collaborator, investment calls, and marriage scams. The most popular platform for these activities include Facebook, Gmail, and Telegram, a message app that allows users to delete messages for both sender and recipient.
Around 11 a.m. on January the 9th, the Su-22 aircraft crashed in the Binh Dinh Street block in Điện Bàn Thao while conducting a training flight. The aircraft wreckage was spread in a 200-meter radius at the crash site. The pilot avoided residential areas and ejected at a position at 19 kilometers south of the runway in Điện Nam Trung Commune, Điện Bàn Thao, Quang Nam Province, according to a report from the Ministry of Defense. Initial reports indicate property damage but no human casualties. Presently, authorities are conducting an investigation to determine the root cause of the incident and whether it was mechanical or pilot error. Currently, there are over 200,000 Vietnamese live and work in Germany. With an aging population, Germany annually welcomes thousands of Vietnamese laborers, offering a substantial opportunity for those seeking work abroad.
Besides German language studies, these students receive vocational training before going to Germany. Possessing practical skills enables them to secure higher-paying jobs immediately compared to ordinary laborers.
In Germany, I intend to specialize in automotive maintenance and related industries.
In the past, Vietnamese workers in Germany focused on jobs in mechanical factories or caregiving. However, the country now seeks laborers in a broader range of professions.
We are keenly interested in skilled and vocational workers from Vietnam for the German job market. Demand now spans across all professions, making Germany an appealing destination for Vietnamese laborers.
Not only for employment, but now, there are opportunities for those who wish to learn a trade in Germany. The diverse professions trained in Germany have varying policies for vocational learners in each state. With Germany facing a labor shortage, vocational learners also have the chance to stay and work.
Vietnam remains a crucial and reliable partner for us in recruiting skilled workers and learners in various professions. The labor shortages span across fields such as elderly care, construction, restaurants, and craftsmanship. Essentially, there is a shortage in almost every profession.
Numerous companies are sending workers to Germany for work and tuition-free vocational training, allowing them to earn 1,000 to 1,500 euros per month while studying.
Skilled workers heading there find various opportunities, gaining knowledge and insights into the culture and society of a developed European country. Upon returning Vietnam, they can potentially become skilled laborers.
Germany offers favorable policies and protections for immigrants. However, many face the challenge of needing to be proficient in German to qualify for entry.
Hoa Binh is a province home to a large number of ethnic groups, accounting for more than 74% of the population. In recent years, the lives of people in the Hing Islands have continuously improved. Many households have escaped poverty and led a stable life thanks to economic and tourism development. Transportation, health, education infrastructure has been upgraded and become more spacious. This has also contributed to reducing the development gap between ethnic groups and other regions in the province.
Hang Kia and Pa Co are two mountainous communes of Mai Châu district, Hoa Binh province. This was once a hotspot for drug smuggling, but over the years, the Hmong people here have gradually risen out of poverty, thanks to the policies supporting socio-economic development.
My family has been providing tourism services since 2010. For the Hmong people, they still maintain their ethnic tradition methodically. I personally hope that more people will come here, share the story of Hang Kia, and create jobs for locals.
Ensuring educational and health support for ethnic groups are also two focal points of the province's policies. Currently, the province has 13 ethnic boarding schools with more than 3,800 students enrolled. 92% of the people have health insurance.
The school carefully applies all regulations stated in the interministerial circular of the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Finance No. 109 of 2009 for all students. Many children in difficult circumstances have better learning conditions due to the policies. They have also won excellency awards and passed university entrance exams thanks to these learning conditions.
After a period of implementation, many of the province's investment policies have been effective, creating motivation for the development of mountainous area.
We continue to advise and submit to competent authorities to allocate resources to the right subjects and beneficiaries. The socio-economic situation in the province has basically improved.
In 2024, Hoa Binh province aims to effectively implement policies to support the poor, improve human resources quality, and train officials for particularly difficult areas of the province. This aims to strengthen national unity, stabilize the political security situation, social order, and safety.
A majority of landfills across Quang District, Hanoi have been given a second life. The district authority and residents have recently joined forces to turn unlicensed dumping sites along the Red River into public playgrounds. These renovations are gaining popularity in the city, effectively providing people with more green spaces.
2 months after its construction, this empty ground has been made into a multi-purpose complex that features a forest garden, a playground, and multiple relaxing spots.
This playground looks really nice. Everyone around here is happy because the site has been redeveloped extremely well.
We hang out and do exercises here every day. We are happier and healthier since this space was opened.
Not everyone is aware that this beautiful playground used to be a massive landfill. The residents used to feel the negative effect of its environmental and social hazards.
The local authority has cooperated with competent authorities and sponsors to build this playground. The purpose is for the people, including children, students, senior citizens, and physically challenged to enjoy a clean and open space.
A similar project has been implemented in another ward. A number of organizations and individuals in Hanoi have run a network called For a Worth Living Hanoi since 2021. This project is being carried out in part by several people's committees and the Department of Natural Resources and Environment of Quang District.
For more than 3 years now we have been implementing different solutions and providing consultation for Quang District on how to clean up urban waste and prevent invasive, impromptu dumping sites. We hope to inspire our community to protect their neighborhood from environmental degradation.
After the solution received formal approval, a local team will be mobilized by the local authority to oversee the newfound playground. The landfill term playgrounds are expected to provide more open spaces and enrich the city's greenery.
The world's largest travel site, TripAdvisor, has revealed that its Traveler's Choice Best of the Best 2023 honors Hoi An Ancient City in Ho Chi Minh City in its Trending Destinations category. Accordingly, the UNESCO Heritage Site of Hoi An Ancient City is ranked 2nd and Ho Chi Minh City 11th in the list of 25 trending destinations in the world. Traveler's Choice Best of the Best is the annual award by TripAdvisor. The award is meant to be given to destinations whose hotels, restaurants, and things to do received a high volume of above and beyond reviews and opinions from the community over a 12-month period. Fewer than 1% of TripAdvisor's 8 million listings are awarded Best of the Best, signifying the highest level of excellence in travel. Coming up next in our world news. China to strengthen self-reform in the battle against corruption. And later on, U.S. President worked with Israel to significantly withdraw from Gaza. Moving on to our world news, after persistent efforts over the past 10 years, an overwhelming victory has been achieved in the fight against corruption in China. However, the situation remains grave and complex. This statement was made by General Secretary of the Communist Party of China Central Committee Xi Jinping on Monday at the third plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, or CCDI. The Chinese president called for advancing the party's self-reform and winning the tough and protracted battle against corruption. He stressed that in order to advance the anti-corruption campaign in the new era, full and rigorous party self-governance should be exercised to eliminate grounds and conditions for corruption. Addressing the new developments in the fight against corruption, Chinese Party General Secretary and President Xi Jinping stated that combating corruption in the form of collusion between officials and business people should be the priority. In addition, the Chinese president urged greater efforts to rectify corruption in the finance, state-owned enterprises, energy, medicine, and infrastructure project sectors. He called for an integrated early warning and punishment mechanisms and for the strengthened handling of new and disguised forms of corruption. U.S. President Joe Biden said on Monday that he was working to have Israel significantly reduce its military presence in Gaza. The remark was delivered during a speech at the Mother Emanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina. In response, the Israeli military confirmed on Monday that it was pulling thousands of troops out of the Gaza Strip while reducing the intensity of its airstrikes. Middle East countries have urged an immediate ceasefire to lay the groundwork for negotiations. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has also made working visits to call on countries to contain the conflict and reduce civilian casualties. A series of ship attacks by the Houthis in the Red Sea have curtailed global shipping capacity by 20% in December, potentially delivering a hard blow to global supply chains. 30% of the world's container ships pass through the Suez Canal, connecting the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea. The Houthis attacks have forced major shipping companies to divert vessels around the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa. The rerouting would add weeks to transit time, resulting in increased costs of approximately $1.12 million per trip. Experts believe that if the current situation continues, global freight costs could rise to the levels they were during the COVID-19 pandemic. For most people, nothing beats the comfort of their homes on a freezing winter day. For adventurers, however, coziness is hardly the answer. Some have chosen to walk on ice or even dive into it in an exotic journey around the Arctic Circle on an industrial icebreaker ship.
Originally built as an industrial icebreaker, the Polar Explorer was repurposed for the tourism industry. On its typical voyage, the ship would depart from the Swedish border with Finland, bound for the northern tip of the Baltic Sea, between Sweden and Finland. For 4 months of the year, the Baltic Sea in Swedish Lapland is frozen solid. Captain of the ship, Frank Hamero, said more and more people are signing up for day tours on this icebreaker.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, and But that's a part of the game here. That's why we are doing this. It's to take out people and show them how we make ice roads.
This season is, how we call it, boom after Corona. So we get the people who missing traveling for the last few years.
With temperatures getting as low as -20 degrees Celsius, the ice is incredibly thick. So thick, in fact, these ships can sometimes stop in the middle of the sea and allow passengers to disembark for a walk on the frozen water. Not only can tourists walk on the water, but they can go for a dip too.
Normally everyone swims. Even people are not considering in the beginning. They think, no, that's not for me, it's too scary, too dangerous, too cold. When they see, they understand that it's not scary at all. And everyone, you don't have to have swimming skills. You cannot drown in these suits.
Wearing bright orange survival suits for warmth, visitors can float in the water behind the ship amongst the broken ice.
I loved it. It was everything I hoped it would be in a river.
Some visitors say the experience is worth a try. This unique adventure comes at a cost of around €255 per person for a 3-hour cruise. An estimated 15,000 to 18,000 visitors will show up for this year's adventure on the Icebreaker ship.
And now let's have a look at the forecast for the weather scene. And that is all that we have for this hour on VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can visit our website or YouTube channel, or download a mobile app VTVgo for more. Thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.